Okay, how to break into Thule locks if the lock doesn't have a number on it. You're going to need a screwdriver with about 2 centimeters long flathead like that, and the diameter is about 1 millimeter. Then you're going to need something that you can apply pressure to turn the lock. So what you're doing is putting it in and turning it, and you can see the key symbol up here. You want to turn it anti-clockwise. So you're going to apply force like this, anti-clockwise. Then you're going to take your screwdriver and you're going to, what you've got to do is catch each of the pins, and I'll show you the pins in a minute. So there we go, I'm virtually all the way in and I've caught all the pins. I'm now going to release the pins slowly and try it again, and eventually you have to go in the right depth each time. You can hear when you release the pressure they pop back. So you keep raking it, this is called. So you're applying a little bit of pressure so the pins get stuck. This can take a few minutes. You might have to keep releasing the pressure and start again. And you keep going until it turns. I haven't got time to do that. I've actually got a key that works. Then once you've got it unlocked, you can take your screwdriver again, and you're moving this pin, which is the pin that locks the lock in. And then you have to lift each of these pins out of the way. And once you've got them all out of the way, it should slide down. Yeah, so that's the top pin. Then you have to catch all these other pins to move them all out of the way, so it'll look like this, and then it will slide out. And what you're doing when you're putting the screwdriver in the bottom is you see the pins moving down. You're trying to catch every single pin so that they're flat. You don't need to catch the last one actually, because that's the pin that holds the lock in the mechanism. So you need to catch them, and then you need to get them just to so they're flush. Then applying a bit of force, when they go flush, they then get jammed down, and then you can pull the lock out. And you can see on the other side, you can see that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to get them all flush. You'll find with the correct key, they all sit flush. Now this isn't quite the correct key, it's a key I had, and you can see that I've taken one of these pins out, and the pin looks like this. So this key, got all of them are flush apart from this final pin. So what I did was, from this side, with another tool, you basically just knock it out, and it will pop out, and it'll have a tiny spring, and the key. You're knocking it out this way because you have to get past this little lip here, and then you can put that in the bin, and then you've got a key that works. You can take all the pins out and just use any key, so it won't actually lock, but it'll look like it's locking, and it will show that it's locked. Or if you've got a key and only one pin goes flush, you can take out all of them. Or if they're not flush, you can just file them flat. Say a P, say this key leaves that one high. You can see it's left one high. You could file that off so it sits flush when you put the key in. That's how you do it. And then to put the lock back in, obviously you'll need a key. So you just put it in, give it a wiggle, and eventually it goes in. The hardest bit is raking the lock to get it out in the first place. So rake the lock so it's open. Close all the pins. Slide it out. Get a key or remove the pins so that all these are flush. Because that's why it won't turn in the barrel, because these are high. You have to have these flush. This one, again, stops the barrel from falling out. I'll show you that. Then to put the barrel in, put your new key in, and then just wiggle it around and eventually it will fall in. So you can see here with the correct key, you just need to move this pin. Move that pin and the whole barrel will fall out. But if you haven't got the correct key, you have to move all the pins to get them out. Obviously, it's a lot easier when Thule used to put the number here, but they've stopped doing that. Don't be fooled by the number here. You haven't got there's a number here. You haven't got a 132 key. That's just like a date code or a batch code or something.